Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about how to turn a little piece of your world, whether that's a big garden or a tiny balcony, into a beautiful, bustling oasis for wild birds. And trust me, it's way simpler than you might think. But the rewards, they're absolutely incredible. So let's just start with this question. I mean, why not? What if you could create something that brings all the life, the sound, and the color of wild birds right to your doorstep? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. Okay, first things first. Before we jump into the how-to, we really need to get the why. Because a water spot, a bird bath, it's not just a nice little garden decoration. For the birds, it's an absolute lifeline. Now, we all know birds need a drink, right? But water is so much more for them. Bathing is absolutely essential. It keeps their feathers in prime condition for flying and staying warm. They use it to cool off when it's hot. And, get this, they even use it to moisten materials for their nests. Seriously, during a dry spell, your simple little bird bath could be the most important stop in their entire neighborhood. So now that we know why it's so important, let's get practical. The very first step is picking out what you're actually going to use for your water spot. This is kind of the blueprint for your whole bird oasis. You can find baths made of all sorts of things, but the two most common options you'll see are ceramic and plastic. Ceramic ones are great because they're heavy and stable. They're not going to get knocked over by a strong wind or clumsy raccoon. Plastic, on the other hand, is super lightweight, which makes it a breeze to clean and move around. You just have to be careful with plastic. In direct sun, the water can get really hot, so you got to be smart about where you put it. But what if you don't want to go out and buy something new? Well, the great news is you totally don't have to. You can easily whip up a fantastic bird bath using stuff you probably already have lying around the house. This makes the project doable for absolutely everyone. You know those shallow saucers that go under plant pots? Perfect. An old plastic tub? Also perfect. But here is the most important pro tip. Always, always add some small stones or pebbles inside. This does two amazing things. First, it gives the birds, especially the little guys, something to grip so they don't slip. And second, it adds some much-needed weight to keep a lightweight dish from tipping over. All right, you could have the most beautiful bird bath in the world, but if you put it in the wrong spot, well, the birds just won't come. So let's break down the essential rules for placement that'll turn your bath into the most popular spot on the block. These are the 4 golden rules. If you get these right, you're pretty much guaranteed success. We need a safe spot near some cover, the right water depth, easy access for the birds, and a good mix of sun and shade. Let's dig into each one. Okay, a bird is never more vulnerable than when it's taking a bath. Its feathers are wet, it's distracted, so putting your bath a few feet away from a bush or a small tree is a game changer. It gives them a place to check things out from before they hop in, and a place to make a quick escape to if they sense danger. An exposed bird bath in the middle of a lawn? That's a big no-no. They'll probably avoid it. Next up, depth. And this is so much more important than people realize. Lots of our favorite little songbirds, like sparrows and finches, are really cautious around deep water. A very shallow edge, just 1 or 2 centimeters deep, is their absolute sweet spot. It lets them wade in and splash around without any fear. The deepest part of your bath really shouldn't be more than 5 to 10 centimeters. What you're aiming for is a gentle slope, just like a natural puddle. An easy way to do this is to just place some larger, smooth stones or even a brick inside. This creates different levels and makes your bath safe and welcoming for birds of all sizes. Okay, you've picked out the perfect bath. You've put it in the perfect spot. Now let's talk about the super simple maintenance that's going to keep it awesome. A clean bath is a safe bath, and keeping it that way is just easy. So what are we trying to avoid here? Well, standing water can get gross fast. You've got bird droppings, which can spread disease. Warm water can lead to algae. And of course, stagnant water is basically a welcome mat for mosquitoes. This stuff isn't just yucky, it can be genuinely unhealthy for the birds we're trying to help. But look, the fix is so simple. The number one most effective thing you can do is just change the water every day. Just dump out the old stuff, put in fresh. That's it. Then, once a week, give it a quick scrub with a stiff brush. And please, remember, no soap, no detergents. That stuff can strip the natural protective oils from their feathers. This whole routine takes, a minute a day? And it makes all the difference. We've covered the setup, we've covered the care, now for the best part, the reward. This is why we do it, right? For that simple, amazing joy of watching nature come alive right in front of you. And this is what's waiting for you. You'll start to recognize your regulars, the noisy sparrows, the colorful goldfinches. And you'll get genuinely excited when a new bird shows up. You'll get to see their little personalities as they splash and preen and bicker. It really is more than just bird watching. It's about building a real connection and feeling that deep satisfaction of knowing you're providing something they truly need. And really, that's what it all comes down to. When you follow these simple steps, you're not just putting out a dish of water. You are actively creating a sanctuary, a reliable, safe haven that's going to support your local birds and, in return, bring a ton of peace and joy into your own life. So once you get that water spot set up, a whole new world is going to open up right outside your window. The only question is, who's it going to be? A bold robin? A shy little wren? The only way to find out is to get started. Thanks so much for joining me.